Hello everyone! Today I will be reviewing Arknights animation of Archery characters based on real-life footage and photos. So, then, let's get started. First we will start with Typhon. We can tell that this large bow is a compound bow by the two axes on either end of its limbs. We can also see that Typhon has 3 stabilizers. These increase in weight and also result in a better balance and more accurate shot. We can also see here that Typhon has a sight on her bow. Here we can see a sight with pins as well as a light on top of this, which would be used again for better accuracy and also shooting in the dark. We can see additionally that she has a small string looped around her main drawstring. This string would be used to attach a release to, which is a tool used by an archer so that they don't have to draw with their fingers, and it results in a more accurate and consistent performance. Alright, now on to the in-game animation. This is actually very good because we can see that Typhon's hand, the hand that is drawing the bow, goes all the way up to the side of her jaw in a place right below her ear. We can see that this is the same as in the video that I provided right next to it. Also, we can see that she keeps both eyes open, which is very good, and is better for accuracy. She also, once the shot is over, gently releases it, allowing her fingers to remain straight in the air and not tense, and she gently lowers the bow. Next, I'll be reviewing Platinum. We can tell that the bow she has is not a compound bow because it does not have 2 axes on its limbs. Rather, it is a long bow. It is a long bow because, although the limbs are curved, they do not curve backward from their initial direction. It is a metal, or it looks like perhaps some other substance of longbow than wood, which could confuse some people since they expect all longbows or recurves to be made of some sort of natural substance. We can also see here that Platinum has 2 stabilizers, one on the front and one on the back. She also has a pin sight like Typhon's. Anyway, onto the animation. Alright, so in Platinum's animation, there are 3 main issues that I immediately notice. 1, her hand is not right below the ear, but is rather down next to her waist. Secondarily, her bow is pointed upward while the enemies she is shooting at are below her. And thirdly, her knees are bent. All 3 of these are extremely vital issues, especially the hand being down by the waist. And if the bow were pointed upward, then the arc that the arrow would make would be far more gradual. However, in the game we see that it curves immediately after leaving the bow rail. Alright, now for Lunacub. As we can see, Lunacub's bow is in fact a recurve bow. We can tell this because the bow limbs curve back in the opposite direction from which they initially curved. We can also see these 2 fuzzy white things on Lunacub's drawstring. These are called bowstring silencers. They are important so that the bowstring vibrates less, and it helps the bow limbs to also vibrate less and hopefully not thump into each other. And now, onto Lunacub's animation. I notice immediately that Lunacub has a very good form. Her legs are apart, she is aiming her bow at the enemy, and she is holding her hand much closer to her head. Additionally, we can see that the curve that the arrow makes is much more gradual and more realistic. If we look closely, we can notice that one of Lunacub's eyes is closed, the eye that she's not aiming with. Some archers do this. However, it is better to leave both eyes open, and upon close inspection, we can tell that Lunacub closed this eye before having the arrow fully drawn. This is not good at all because this would extremely throw off your aiming since it would mess up your depth perception. As for the bow, this is probably the best one that we have seen so far. When we see the arrow go off, we see the string go through a slow vibration, and the limbs of the recurve go back and forth, gently swaying before returning to their original shape. This is exactly how a real recurve should function. And so, for Lunacub, I'd say that she's probably one of the most accurate representations of archery. But Typhon herself is also very close, even though there are many more details that Arknights could add. Alright, that is all that I had to share with you about the archery in Arknights, and I will continue to observe more characters. However, those 3 I feel like represent 3 major classes: a compound bow, a long bow, and a recurve bow. even though the longbow may be slightly modified. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope that you appreciate this video, and it not only helps you to better respect Arknights for the many details they include, but to also see how they could improve. Finally, I would like to mention the 3 videos that I used to compare to the Arknights operators. First of all, I used the video How to Shoot a Compound Bow from Stick's Outfitter. Next, I used Longbow Shooting 101, pulling through the shot. Finally, I used an image from Tuning Longbows, Recurves, or Self Bows, found on the Twisted Stave Media. Thank you for watching!